I was finally able to figure out where the heck I am. I made it to our Can We Survive camp that we were building. You know, we had visited 2 or 3 times. Well, I'll show you what it looks like now. That right there, that giant pile, it's right where it was. That's the tree, the 2 trees we hang our bags on that we were going to put hammocks in. They're cut. The thing is, I don't know if it was the Forest Service or if they contracted this out, but there's so many places that I can drive now that I actually drove my Jeep all the way back in here to our spot. And then there's giant piles here, there, all over. Look back in the background here. It's this particular little valley, which was really nice. They've pretty much destroyed. So here's the thing that I'm a little pissed off about. The rules and regulations and guidelines that we have to follow as outdoor people is to stick to the trails, never go off a trail with your vehicle, right? Never go off the actual fire road, because what you'll do is tear up the areas. So we all pay attention to that. What did they do? They just made their own way. This here, I don't know if you can see, they've driven up through here with giant trucks. There's no road here. The way I drove down in here, straight through here, there was never a road here. Driving all the way back in here, there was never a road. There's stumps everywhere. Giant piles, which now these piles are gonna sit here for at least 2 years, and then they'll come back in and burn them. They have thinned it out a lot. I mean, you can still see there's a fair amount of trees, but if you look back here, you can see it. You wouldn't think that you're in the middle of the national forest. But I understand that you got to get the big equipment in and everything in here, but my goodness. I don't know if you guys saw those videos I talked about where I'm like, we're in the middle of nowhere and there's marked trees. So when you're in the middle of nowhere and there's marked trees, they got to get their big machines back in there somehow. But to make like 100 new roads, destroying everything, I don't know. I'm not saying I want free will and free access to go through, destroying, not, off-road wherever I want, because that would ruin everything. But they come through here and just kind of devastated this stuff. Wow, it's worse than I thought. It's worse than I thought. I mean, I expected the piles, which is fine. That's part of this, right? But I didn't expect for them just to be driving these gigantic vehicles everywhere through here. That's a little upsetting. So I'm going to show you right here. This was right. It's almost like they did it on purpose, because we still had our lean-to set up right here. So this tree right here, that stump was one of the stumps that we hung our bags on. And then that one, we were going to put a hammock in between these 2 trees. And there was another tree somewhere over here. Oh, there it is. There's a stump over there. And that was the triangle where we hung our bags. And then we had our lean-to, which was off that tree, right where that giant pile is. Right where that giant pile is. See the Jeep in the distance? Now you can get an idea just how big. This is the biggest pile I've seen right there. That thing's like 20 feet tall. And look at this. This looks like a road, right? This was nothing. What I'm on looks like a road going up that way. That was nothing. Where I came down up there, looks like a road. Going up that way even looks like a road. Huge, enormous piles all through here. This area here was really well marked to be trimmed down. And again, I guess maybe I'm just being a little bit naive, Maybe I'm just being a little bit naive about this. You can't do this type of work without getting in heavy equipment back in here. You need the grapple type crane trucks to pile this all up. You need bulldozers. You need the cutters that grab the tree, cut it, and then we'll lay the thing over. I get that, but I guess I just didn't expect to have all these trails everywhere now. It'll take a little time for the area to heal. It's probably bad that I'm back in here now on these trails when it's muddy, because I'm actually creating a divot, you know, as well. So that I'm kind of being hypocritical here. There's so much national forest around that it's not the end of the world, but this was just our spot. It looks like a completely different area. And those piles, they really block your view. Like, I was able to look around, make sure there was no bears or mountain lion stalking me. But now there's a lot of places a lot of blind spots, you know, that you can't really see. Yeah, it's pretty wild looking. I've run over so many stumps. I hope I don't pop a tire back in here.